kitchen and welcome to another wine review from Rico and one of his recipes. Today he is doing a Greek Cypriot type of recipe. It is Yemista, which is basically stuffed peppers, courgettes, onions, tomatoes, or anything that you can stuff. When I grew up, I would mostly have dolmades or gubebgia, which are stuffed vine leaves, and my mum would sometimes throw in the odd kind of vegetable amongst the gubebia or dolmades as well. You can also do this vegetarian style. Rico is using mince today, and yeah, the wine he is reviewing will be Chenin Blanc. I had a little look at it, so looking forward to it all. But before we get on to all of that, I invite you to subscribe if you haven't already. A thumbs up is always very much appreciated. Whilst you're doing all that, you can ring a bell. Over to you, Rico. Cheers.
Well, welcome back everybody, and first of all may I just give you all a big thank you for your kind birthday wishes. As Andri said, today we are having a Chenin Blanc, which is a white wine, Chenin Blanc being the name and the grape variety here. This one is South African. It's from the Swartland in South Africa, which is part of the West Cape province, 25 miles north of Cape Town. It says on this label as well that the word Kumala is a word of local dialect, and it means to do things differently. So we're expecting something different from this wine. To go back to the grape variety Chenin Blanc, introduced obviously from France. They're not quite sure when it was introduced to South Africa, but it was introduced from the Loire region. In one side of the Loire Valley they grow Sauvignon Blanc, which they make Sancerre, and on the other side they grow Chenin Blanc, in which they make Vouvray in France. Most Vouvrays tend to be demi-sec, sort of medium dry, but this particular Chenin Blanc is dry. So we mentioned this Kumala doing things differently. The winemaker here is named Gerhard Swart, and he has a wee note on the back here which I'm going to read off the bottle, which gives you some sort of expectation of the wine. He says, "We're Kumala," so I take from that we do things differently, and we're South African, a proud nation that's all about variety. Good up to there. If variety is the spice of life, we've grabbed the whole rack and squeezed every last drop into our wine. So from that, I'm expecting something really good.
That's lovely to have a note like that on the bottle, isn't it? Can we have a close-up of the bottle?
Yep, there's a wee close-up of the label in the front. And we'll just turn it round and the wee note is there. And they also put this wee note at the side with the winemaker and the signature on it. It's a 2019. It's a screw cap. It's 13% alcohol by volume. And I'm looking forward to having this with our Yemista today. So we have our ingredients today. As Andri said, we are going to have some Yemista, which we're going to stuff these vegetables. I've prepped some ready for stuffing, but what I'll do before I start, I'll do one of each to show you how to prepare it. So we have some diced onion here, olive oil for cooking, salt and pepper, cinnamon and mint, some fresh parsley, tomato paste, garlic, some passata,
which is basically
puree tomato.
Yep.
Chicken stock, ground beef, and some rice. And this is the pulp I took out of the tomatoes, which we're going to use as well.
So first of all, Rico's now going to show us how he prepped each of these vegetables.
So we'll start with the tomato.
Washed, of course.
Everything's been washed, hasn't it? So what we'll do is we'll just take a very slight slice off the bottom to make sure it doesn't wobble about, stand straight, and then we'll slice the top about there, and I don't like these in there, so we'll just pick that out, and then we'll scoop out the tomato. Just before scooping, if you just with your knife, not too far in, and then we'll just scoop it out.
Obviously Rico has been doing this for years, so when you are putting the knife in the tomato, you're better off putting it on a hard surface rather than in the palm of your hand. But Rico's a chef with years of experience, so
just going to take that wee bit off the end there. That's hard to eat, that. Okay, so we'll just chop that up just now. And put it in there. Okay, right. So we're finished with the tomato. We'll just put it in there just now, and then we'll get on to the onion. So we've got a peeled onion here, so we'll take a top off it. And then we're going to core out, you can see there's layers here, so we'll go about 3 in. But what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to put the knife down into this as well, just to help it loosen a bit. Just watch you don't cut through the onion.
Now there's different ways of stuffing onions. Different people like to do them in different ways. This is how Rico likes to do it. The other way is pre-boiling the onion, slicing it and not all the way through, and then just taking each layer and stuffing each layer. But this is the way Rico likes to do it. And of course nothing is wasted because it's all used in the sauce and in stuffing the vegetables.
There we are. Ready for stuffing. And we'll put that back in as well. And then we'll just chop this onion quickly.
Okay, so all the vegetables have their lids.
So we're going to do the courgette next. So obviously it wobbles about quite a bit, so we'll just take this from the bottom end, a very, very thin slice off the bottom, and that will make it stand still. Okay, and we take the bottom end off, piece off the top end.
That's funny, I would have called it the other way round.
Called it what? The other way around?
Like what you said was the top end, I would have said was the bottom. Like to me, this is the top end.
So I'm just going to run the knife down there.
So not right from the top.
A wee ½ centimetre and stop before the other end. And then we're going to come up this way too. Then we'll just score it like so.
Again, do not hold it in the palm of your hand like Rico. You're just scooping out the insides of the courgette, basically.
We'll just chop this up as well, and this is going to go into a mix for filling. You could use aubergine for this, marrows. We'll put this back in the tray ready for filling as well, and we'll add that to the courgette mix which I chopped up earlier when I prepared the other two. And now we'll do a pepper. So have the pepper, again it's standing quite straight because I already took a bit off the bottom.
So you already did that,
yes.
With that one, so it would sit in the tray.
So we'll just cut it about there. You could leave these on when cooking. I don't like to. I like to take this part off And then we'll just take everything that's in the pepper out, all the seeds. That's us. And that's it, ready for stuffing as well.
So the pepper's the easiest one, isn't
Absolutely.
it? Okay, Rico's now going to get ready to make the filling. So he's heating up the pot before he adds the olive oil.
So we'll add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here.
So the pot is not hot, it's just warming. Now remember, if you do try any of our recipes, to send in some photographs. We didn't get any this week, so it was quite disappointing. So remember, if you try them, send the pictures in. We look forward to seeing them and posting them on the videos.
So we'll add the onion. Sweat that off for a few minutes. It's translucent.
So you're not looking to cook everything here?
No.
Because it's going to go into the oven to finish off the cooking process.
That's right. What we're going to do is we're going to cook all the ingredients. We're going to par cook it all. We're going to put the onion in here, the flavourings, the rice, these courgettes that we took out from the courgettes, the tomato, and then we're going to add that into the various vegetables, and then we're going to cook them in the oven. Let's add the garlic to this as well just now. About 2 teaspoons of crushed garlic here. Now we're going to fire in the courgette as well.
So no seasoning has gone in as yet?
Nothing at all. I'm going to add just a touch of stock to this. Put in the rice.
So this is uncooked rice. You've washed it, taken most of the starch out of it, and just put it in uncooked. Basically going to cook whilst it's in the vegetables.
While it's in the oven, I want the rice to be well coated with the olive oil, the flavour of the garlic and the onion. I'm going to add the tomato paste to this, tomato puree. Of course, you don't want any colour to the rice.
Colours in burning the rice.
Yes, exactly.
So you're making sure all the rice is coated with the tomato puree?
Yes, all the flavours to get intermingled well. Now I'm going to add the mince. I'm going to break that up well and mix it in.
You just brown it off basically?
Yes, we're just going to put a bit of colour in the mince. The mince doesn't have to cook at this stage because it's still got a long way to go. It's still to go in the oven and everything will cook through. As long as it gets its colour, that's all we want at this stage.
So browning the mince, and then it's going to go into the oven in the vegetable for about 45 minutes?
About an hour. So we're going to start adding the seasoning. We're going to add salt. About 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon and about a tablespoon of dried mint. Of course, if you're using fresh mint, you would put that in at the same time as when I'm going to put the parsley, which will be later on.
Oh, it's already starting to smell nice now, that's it.
Right, at this point, I'm going to add just a wee touch more of the stock. And we're going to add the tomato, which we took out from the inside of the tomatoes as well. I'm going to add a little more stock. I'm going to add a little of the passata, maybe about 100 mils. That's it.
And you've been adjusting your heat because you don't want the meat burning, you don't want it sticking, so you're adjusting the heat the whole time. It smells lovely. So just going to give it a good stir in, make sure everything is coated, put the lid on and just leave it for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, just to let the
flavours infuse.
Yes, we're letting the flavours infuse, and we're also starting the cooking process of the rice.
That's 10 minutes.
So the mixture is well binded and it really smells good.
It does smell delicious.
Okay, it's still moist, but it's not wet. That's exactly what we want. And now we're going to add the parsley. So this is about half a bunch of parsley finely chopped. We'll just add most of that through.
You could even add mushrooms and things like that to this if you wanted a vegetarian option, couldn't you?
Absolutely, yeah. The thing about mushrooms though is that they give it a lot of moisture as well. So
yeah, so you just add less of the other liquids.
Yep, just add a wee bit more of the parsley.
Okay, now the fun part. So basically that's the filling ready. So Rico's now just basically going to fill the vegetables. And you're not going to fill them to the top, are you? Because the rice is going to cook off, is that correct?
That's correct. I'm going to just slightly short of the top. About there. But press it down so it will rise and fill that up. Okay, that's one.
So you're just going to continue doing that, just filling up all the vegetables. Then filling the courgettes. Now filling an onion. So you're basically going to fill up all the vegetables, add some stock and in the oven, but we'll come back to that. So you're now mixing what's left of the crushed tomato or the pureed tomato with the stock.
Yes, and we're going to pour that over it.
Okay.
We're going to drizzle some virgin olive oil over these as well. And we're going to add this mixture of the stock and the tomato.
You could also put the rest of the filling in between and just scoop it up with your vegetable as well if you so wish.
I'm going to sprinkle some black pepper just over the vegetables as well. Some people put sugar, a wee bit of sugar in the tomatoes when they empty them out just because of the acidity, but I don't. A wee bit of salt. And that's us ready for the oven. We're going to cover it with tin foil.
We are avoiding sugar, or at least I am. That's going in the oven for between 45 minutes and an hour until the...
I'm going to put it for 45 minutes.
And
check
it.
45 minutes and then put the tin foil off and put it into another 15.
And then Alexa, timer for 45 minutes. That's it. Been in for 45 minutes. Rico's just now going to check it. Be careful when you open it up. Steam is hot, tray is hot.
Until it's not ready from here.
No, not ready.
It's not ready. Nearly ready.
Okay, so it's going back in there. Rico's rechecking again. So that's been about, what, an hour and a half, Rico, in the oven?
Yep.
Oh, definitely cooked now.
Yeah, they're a lot softer now, yep.
Definitely cooked.
Okay, we'll put them back in for 10 minutes, just let them brown off a wee bit,
okay,
and then we'll serve.
Without the foil?
Without the foil, yes.
Okay, just to brown them. Not necessary, but adds to the look. Here is our salad. It's just cucumber, tomatoes, olives, feta, a bit of parsley.
Some celery in it and that's it.
Okay. Olive oil, apple cider vinegar, salt and pepper. That's the dressing. Looks yummy. Okay, it's 10 minutes just browning them off in the oven. Here we go, smoky, smoky. Okay, let's plate this, Rico. Domada, tomato. Courgette. How do you say courgette in Greek?
I don't know. Kologithagi? I don't know.
Pepper. How do you say pepper in Greek?
Piperi.
Piperi. Now adding some zumi, some juice.
That'll do. Okay. That's it.
Yummy. I'll just take my own plate this week, will I? Here we go. I'll definitely be going back for seconds because a tomato and a pepper and a courgette is not enough for my dinner. Okay, Rico, tell us about the wine.
Well, we'll have a quick taste. Certainly green apple or pear. It's quite nice.
It's
dry.
lovely.
I don't think the taste is intense enough, but no, it is nice.
I think it's lovely, it's smooth. I'm not getting apple, although it's been a long time. Yeah, it's probably more pear-like than apple-like, I would say. I think it's absolutely delicious. I actually really like it. I think it's lovely. Let's see if it goes with these Yemista. Okay. What should we go for? What should we go for the courgette? Let's
I'll go for the tomato.
right into the courgette here. Hot, 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 hot. Mmm. Mmm. Delicious. Into with the pepper. Mm. Oh, it's absolutely delicious. The filling, the taste of the filling reminds me very much of the filling that we put into dolmades. It's absolutely delicious.
So we've served this straight out the oven and straight onto the plate. Normally we just leave it for a while and just let it
rest
and then serve it, because it all sort of pulls in together.
Absolutely delicious. We're going to add some salad with the olives, the feta cheese, and just enjoy it. It's absolutely delicious.
It goes quite nicely with this wine.
It does. Cheers.
Chin chin.
Cheers, everybody. Better take a drink because I've been pulled up for saying cheers and not actually taking a drink. So, thank you very much for watching. Remember, if you cook any of our meals, please send us in your photographs because we really do enjoy seeing them and we love to add them to the videos. And yeah, if you'd like to see more videos for more, I will link one here, and if you're not already subscribed, just press the A right here, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye!